What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your man, your host with the most, Marv Glover.
And I am the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the chiseled Adonis.
And welcome to the Hold My Nuggets podcast, where we talk 50% sports, 50% real shit, 100% of the time. And if you don't like that, you can hold my nuggets.
Suck my dick!
And this is episode number 2.
Dos.
What other languages we know?
That's Japanese.
That's Japanese?
Yeah.
How you say it in Russian?
I could tell you how to say it in Germany.
Go aheid.
Eist ist Zeit vorreich. Wir müssen die Juicen ertragen.
I think that, I don't know if that was actual. I feel like you're lying. I'm a little concerned now. That could mean anything.
I heard that's how you
I've seen enough Hitler movies. I've seen enough Hitler movies. Listen,
hey.
Number 2, we here, man.
Hey.
We live.
Oh, yeah.
And, I told you this on the ride over here. You know, me and the Chiseled Adonis, we drove over here private. And I told you you remember what I said, right?
Nah.
It's crazy about this episode.
CTE, I got Alzheimer's. I got dementia. I can't remember.
It's crazy about this episode because, they ain't want us to be here.
Nobody said we wasn't going to be here.
I'm trying to tell you. They told me we wouldn't be here.
They ain't say nothing to you, though.
But we made it. You know what I'm saying? I know you heard, huh?
Who's they?
You know what?
Who's they?
We don't really address them specifically.
Oh, maybe it must have been the person. You schizophrenic.
I just might be. I just might be. But the fact of the matter is,
this is no joke.
Not at all.
Get help if you got to get it.
As you should.
Absolutely.
But we here, man. Episode number 2.
Number 2.
1 got a great response. 2 is going to be bigger and better.
Absolutely.
Shout
out to the burner accounts who tuned in.
We made quite a bit.
Yes.
We got to make a couple more for this one.
Absolutely.
We have to make
without question.
I see you got your chain out. The people who's listening don't know. He got a chain out. He's wearing a $135 watch.
Nah, I mean the watch. The price of the watch is accurate. As for the chain, it's $1 decimal.
Right.
35 cents.
We actually compared bank accounts before, and yours is quite steep compared to mine.
Yeah, because you are in the negative by $20. I'm in the positive by $20. So there's a $40 swing.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It fluctuates. Sometimes he in the positive, I'm in the negative, and this just so happened to be the roller coaster where I'm up. But I'm fixing to go down, but it's going to be like the Nitro.
Okay.
Or should we say it's going to be like the King Dakar. It's going to go down. That's the end of the ride. I'm never coming back up, so that's it.
I've been sitting in the negative for quite some time. I think
I beg to differ, but we ain't talk about that right now.
We got a lot to cover
Absolutely.
Today. We got a lot of things to get into. A lot of shit happened in the last 24 hours.
Oh, a lot.
A lot of things happened in the last couple of weeks. We're going to talk about a lot. We're going to get into NBA free agency.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about everybody. The Clippers, the Nets, the Celtics, who else? The Warriors, Sixers, the Lakers. What's that team in New York? The other one?
The Nets.
No, the other one.
The Nets.
The disrespect. We're going to talk about the Knicks. We
Knicks? That's still a team.
Oh, I hope so.
Hey, I read somewhere they might not make it to the regular season.
I hope so. I hope so. We going to get talking about everything.
All I know is I went to sleep and then I woke up at 3 a.m. I said, what happened? What's going on?
There's a lot that happened, man. We talk about the top players in the league going into next season. And also, you asked for it, so we giving it to you. We gonna get into some dating. We gonna talk about some dating stuff. Little bit, I don't know if you know, but I'm actually a Casanova in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I had to bust out the sexy voice on you, so you know what I'm talking about.
So you had to bust out a sexy voice, so your voice isn't naturally sexy. All right, well, this is quite the revelation over here. Ladies, it is a fabrication.
Why?
Nothing that comes out of this man is authentic or true.
Why are you trying to play me?
This man is a liar.
Why are you trying to play me?
You a liar.
You know what I'm saying? Ladies, if you watching, I am single. You know what I'm talking about. And we'll talk about
Well,
it
he's
later.
not single. He's single by circumstance because ain't nobody trying to settle down. But we ain't talking about that right now. Listen. What we talking about is
the one and only.
What was going on
last night
in Los Angeles, because people who are part of Laker Nation was asking themselves, why did he not sign with the Los Angeles Lakers? He decided to go to little brother, try to make him big brother, and he signed with the Los Angeles Barbershop Clippers.
But there's more. Not only did he go, he brought a friend with him.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Sharp Hairline himself.
PG, Paul George, YG Tresse, PG-13. He pulled up. He came through with Paul George last night. It was like 3 in the morning, right?
Oh, yeah.
When it was announced. Ridiculous. If you don't know, now you know. I mean, by the time the podcast come out, you will know. Kawhi Leonard agrees to go to the Los Angeles Clippers, not the Lakers, not to stay with the Toronto Raptors, but as Dave said, Adonis said, the little brother team. And he brings PG with him. Apparently, Paul George requested the trade. Kawhi made it known to the Clippers that he was not coming to the team unless someone was coming with him, more specifically Paul George. They made it happen, sent like 5 first-round picks.
It was ridiculous. A lot of first-round picks.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
Sent Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I couldn't tell you what their names were. All I know is that Paul George walked into the front office. He said, "I'm tired of playing with people who got a mole on their face."
Why you disrespecting
And Russell
Russ
Westbrook
like that?
said, "Wait a minute," and that was the end of it.
Russ
and son just hopped. He packed his bags. They called him Westbrook. Well,
I love
YG
you,
Tres.
I
He
love
went
you, Russ.
west.
I love you, Russ. I would
He
never
went
disrespect
west.
I would never disrespect.
He with the Westbrooks, but not with Russell Westbrook.
Man, last night was insane. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was in shock because initially, and like I said, we're going to talk about all the teams, but let's just start off with the Clippers. Initially, you and me heard the same thing.
Yep.
Everybody, the Clippers, nobody was talking about the Clippers anymore. He's either going to LA or he's staying in Toronto. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, wipe the doo-doo from my eyes. What do I see?
My.
The crust from my eyes.
Late night analingus.
No,
Hey,
why?
I don't judge
You know what?
I don't judge. They do
So-
say, what you do with your orally does lead to facial hair, and your mustache is rather thick.
Let's
your
focus.
eyebrows are rather thick.
Let's focus.
But
We
you know
gonna
what
get-
is thick? That Clippers roster defensively.
They got that was an interesting transition, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
They got a squad.
They do. You got Pat Beverly.
Vegas is saying that they are now the #1 favorites going into
Yes,
next
sir.
season to win the title.
Yes,
Let me
sir.
tell you something, man. They got Pat Bev, PG, Kawhi Leonard, Lou Williams, 3-time Sixth Man of the Year. Have you lost your mind? They got a young ascending player in Zubac. You understand what I'm saying? They got a couple other pieces there
They
as
got
well.
another brother. I'm forgetting his name, but the big man who had I believe he had braids or possibly dreads. I forget what his name was.
What position he play?
He played like forward.
Shit.
I'm forgetting what his name
Montrezl
was.
Harrell.
Yeah, that is Montrezl
He's
Harrell.
a
Yes,
dog.
yes.
A
He's
dog.
a dog.
They got a
Pitbull in
squad
these
now.
streets.
They got a
indeed.
squad now.
Yes, indeed.
But they will easily, we can already make the prediction that going into next season, they will be one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Absolutely.
That PG, Pat Bev, Kawhi Leonard, Clamp City. Clamp
without
City,
question.
automatically.
Without question. They activating their magic card. Stop attack. Oh, you thought you was about to score? Bam, there it is.
And there it is, man. They're gonna be a fun team to watch.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely one of the bigger free agency moves that happened last night. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like I said, none of us really expected it, but it happened. And now people are saying the balance is restored in the NBA. I'm excited for next season, man.
Me too.
I'm excited for next season.
Me too. Because I was not expecting to see them both pair up and go to LA. And then we also seen what happened on the other side of LA, where we had, well, not necessarily the other side, just the other side of the building.
There you go. With the Los Angeles Lakers,
Yes.
right? They made pickups of, they got Danny Green,
Absolutely.
sent 2 years for $30 million.
Nah, I think was it 30? No, yes, it was 30. Yes,
2
it was
years
30.
for $30
15
million.
each. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. And then they also signed Boogie Cousins. You were excited
indeed.
about that.
I was absolutely
That
ecstatic.
literally just happened a couple hours
Yes,
ago.
indeed. Extremely ecstatic.
Why do you think this is a good move for the Lakers?
I quite possibly believe this will be, if not the best season of Boogie's career, the second best season. Why? Because you're now in a position where you have a legit point guard in a Rajon Rondo.
Okay.
And also LeBron James, who can facilitate the ball.
Right.
So these are players who maximize and prioritize those sort of players, especially coming from the paint. Also, you got a coach like a Frank Vogel, who he made Roy Hibbert, who was absolute fatra.
Yes.
Okay?
Is he
Man
still in
was
the league?
garbage. Nah.
He's gone?
Nah, he's
Oh,
gone. He's
Roy.
been gone for a minute.
Oh,
He's
Roy.
been gone for a minute.
Damn.
Man.
But yeah, go ahead.
The only Hibbert we acknowledge is Dr. Hibbert.
There you
And
go.
that's- and
I don't even know who that is. But
Simpsons. You might be a.
I gotta catch up. Catch up.
Have you a fan of pork?
No.
Oh, well, I figured you might as well because you're uncultured swine.
You're
We can talk about that right now.
Just these
So we
terrible
have,
ass puns, man. Goddamn. Go ahead.
So basically, you got somebody like a Boogie Cousins. You got a Frank Vogel who makes big men look good. You got somebody like a Jason Kidd who's an assistant coach who can get those guys to facilitate the ball towards the big men. And I believe they have another. I'm forgetting what the other assistant coach is as well.
Jason Kidd. Lionel Hollins.
Yeah, Lionel Hollins.
There you go.
And they're able to get these big men active. And more importantly, given that Boogie and Anthony Davis have played together once, they'll know how to space themselves out. They'll have that chemistry. So it won't become clogged in the paint. And given Boogie has just played with slashers and people being able to shoot, he'll know how to space himself individually. So I think that's why it's going to be a sensational move for the Los Angeles Lakers.
I would give you that. The only reason, and if you remember earlier when we were talking about it, I wasn't too excited about it. It's not because of Boogie's ability. We know the man can ball, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, given the coaching staff around him and just the players and pieces that he has around him, it should be a great fit. My only concern is the injury history.
Yes.
He had the Achilles tear when he was playing on the Pelicans. He come to the Warriors, starts playing for them, and then he has the quadriceps. I don't know if it was a strain.
Yeah, I believe it was a strain.
Strain or a tear.
Something of that nature. I don't believe it was a tear. I think it was a strain.
You understand? So then he was out for the rest of the playoffs. So there's a question mark right now surrounding his health. There's a reason why he was out in free agency as long as he was. You know, he wasn't really one of the higher touted prospects going into free agency. So I'm just wondering about his health. If he can stay healthy, and even if he is healthy, it's going to take him a little bit of time to get back into the rhythm of things because he didn't really play all that much last year.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So it's going to take him a little bit of time, but if he can stay healthy, he gets a decent amount of minutes because he's going to be coming off the bench. We know that much. And they put a system around him that's going to help him, to get back into the groove of things. I'll agree with you then. But for right now, I got to see it. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Right? So then you have the Lakers. Then we also have another team in the Nets.
Yeah, didn't I tell you?
You did tell me.
Didn't I tell you?
But here's the thing. All right. So for those of you who don't know, everyone should know. But for those who don't know, Kyrie Irving and KD both agreed to go along with DeAndre Jordan. Nobody's really talking about that, but it is what it is. To go and sign with the Brooklyn Nets, one of the bigger blockbuster moves of the free agency. Happened like I think the day of, day after free agency started. Here's my thing. I think I said Kyrie was going to go to, what was it? I said I don't remember where I said he was going to go, but I was a proponent of the idea that I'm not opposed to Kyrie going to Brooklyn, but Kyrie is a +1 kind of guy in the sense that he's extremely talented. We know what he's capable of doing, but I'm only excited about him going to Brooklyn if he's coming with someone. We weren't sure that KD was coming to Brooklyn. We heard it a little bit later. We heard some chirps here and there, but it wasn't until it was set in stone, like, oh no, this is really happening. Then I kind of started leading to your side where I'm like, okay, this is a great move. Now, granted, we all know because of the Achilles injury, he's going to be out for the entire season. We're going to have to wait until the 2020-2021 season, see him, play together. And even then, it's going to take KD, given that he's going to be away for the game. He's going to have been away from the game for so long to get back into groove and the rhythm of things. But I'm very happy about this move. I'm very, very happy about this move. I'm interested in seeing what happens this season when it's just Kyrie and he's going to be the best player on the team. Like I said, I feel like him and D'Angelo have the same game. Obviously, Kyrie is more skilled. But all in all, I'm very happy about this move. This is huge for Brooklyn. Yes. Even if we have to wait for KD, it's still Kevin freaking Durant. So I think it's a pretty good move.
Yeah, I agree 100%. There's not too much that I can add to what you said. But I anticipated wherever Kyrie goes, KD's going. Whatever KD goes, Kyrie's coming. So seeing them, make the move and say, forget the other team in Manhattan. We want to go to
Don't
Brooklyn.
Disrespect the
so
Knicks like
once
that
happened, I was like, all right, there it is. I saw it coming. I'm happy for him. This year, I also am extremely interested to see how things will play out in the East with Brooklyn having that Kyrie Irving and DeAndre Jordan. I don't expect them to improve in a sense to where they were last year. I think they'll probably in seeding go up a couple of seeds. What are they, 6 seed this past year? So probably around a 4.
Okay,
maybe a 3 or 4.
I don't know if I'll go that high. I think they'll probably go a seed higher. I don't know if they'll jump that high.
Because between 3 and 4, between 3 and 6 in the East, it always ends up fluctuating between like 3 games between all 4 of those seeds. So who knows? It'll go back and forth. But I'd say they'll fall between 3 and they between 3 and 6.
Okay.
But I don't see them any lower than 5. So I'm extremely ecstatic for them. But another team in the East,
yes, sir,
who made some moves, who I believe now are the team to beat in the East. Well, there's a man who once said there are dreams and there are nightmares.
Yes, sir. Don't do this. Oh my gosh.
I know a man who, when they multiply 25 by 3.
Yes, sir.
And they do a little bit of extra math. They add a 1.
76. Oh, you're annoying.
It's the 76ers.
Oh my
goodness. What's going on over there? You got a Joel Embiid.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
going to get healthy after walking off the floor, shot in your face.
Yes, sir.
That's all he's going to be hearing all summer long. He's coming back motivated.
Yes.
You got a Ben Simmons. No more Kardashian-Jenners in his life.
And looking to get that extension.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Is he going to shoot? He better not.
I want him to.
No, we should be working on it. But do we want to see his form?
Absolutely not.
All right, I'd rather take a vacation in Sudan. And we got a lot of stuff. You got a Al Horford coming in.
Yes, sir.
All right? Going to shoot lights out from 3 occasionally. He's going to stretch the floor.
Yes, he is.
And he's going to do his job. And you re-sign Tobias Harris to a max. But you got names on the team, and they could get it done, man. I believe they will be the team to beat in the East.
Okay. I can't disagree with you on that. I'm gonna give you that. You know, initially when the Al Horford move made sense to me. I was very happy to hear about that. The move that kind of caught me off guard, not necessarily off guard, was the Tobias Harris move. Because initially when I heard that they offered him the max, I'm like, I don't really know about that. Because I told you on the last episode, I was more favoring towards, if you got to keep one of them, keep Jimmy.
Yes,
fuck
absolutely.
Tobias Harris, because Jimmy does it on both ends. Tobias is really more of a one-way player. We know he could shoot, but he's only really doing it on the offensive side. Defensive side, we don't talk about that. Jimmy, on the other hand, like you said, he's a bucket getter, but at the same time, he's an attitude guy. He's great on defense. He's perennial all-star. That's the dude. But then reports came out that said that he didn't even want to stay, which was a little shocking to me. We'll touch on that a little bit afterwards. But nonetheless, you had to keep one of them. So if you can't get Jimmy, you keep Tobias Harris. I agree. I think they are the team to beat going into next season. You hear talks about teams like the Pacers who added a Brogdon, and you have even though Brooklyn doesn't have KD, you can't ignore the talent and what Kyrie brings to the table. But man, if Joel Embiid can stay healthy enough, if we see some type of improvement, and the thing with Ben Simmons, right? It's one thing if you're not making shots. He wasn't taking shots at all. The man, I don't think he took I don't think he made or took. There was a stat that came out.
He did not make a 3
at all. The entire season.
He hasn't made a 3 his career. I believe he hasn't made one.
That's insanity. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, if we can see a change in his play style to the point where he's more aggressive and willing to take more jump shots because they're giving it to him.
Yes,
you understand what I'm saying? So, and the team is talented enough to where it's like, even if he misses a couple, it's not going to hurt them down the stretch of certain games. So if we see an improvement in his game, if Joel Embiid could stay healthy enough, we know what Horford's going to do. We know what Tobias Harris can do. I'm a little bit questionable about the fact that they lost JJ Redick. I think he's more of an important piece than we acknowledge. But all in all, they are the team to beat right now. I'll give you that. But another team that we have to talk about, they didn't make much moves, but they made an interesting enough move given who they lost and who they picked up. Boston Celtics.
Yes.
They lose Kyrie Irving for nothing, basically. But they signed Kemba Walker,
which was very interesting to me.
Why is that?
It was interesting to me because I looked at it from you had somebody like a Terry Rozier, where initially it was if Kyrie leaves, Rozier resumes the role that he once played.
Yes, sir.
So you let Rozier go, and I believe Rozier ended up going to the Hornets.
Yes,
so it's very funny how things went around.
And apparently he's going to get paid more in the 3 years he signed there than Kemba got in his entire 8 years.
Yes, it's very intriguing.
Yes.
It's extremely intriguing. So I look at somebody like picking up Kemba, and here's the thing, losing an Al Horford now. Can we say the Boston Celtics got better?
No.
Or did they take a step back?
I think they took a step back.
I believe they did take a step back.
Because when you look at it, and I said it on the last show, everyone knows it. Kemba's like mini Kyrie. Yeah. Same play style. Obviously, Kyrie's skill set is an echelon above his, but ultimately it's the same play style. Now, this is the same play style that was criticized last season because it took away from younger players who were on the come up, like a Jaylen Brown, like a Terry Rozier, who saw his minutes regress, like a Jason Tatum, who we were
gushing over coming into
this man was getting ready to laud this man as a
he's
superstar.
Only 20 years old
and he's on the way up. You understand what I'm saying? So you lose a Terry Rozier. I thought initially, okay, you lose Kyrie, you won't have to break the bank to keep a guy like Terry Rozier who's shown you he can be a prominent starting point guard in the league. But you let Terry walk, you let Al Horford walk, you let Kyrie Irving walk, and the only move that they made this offseason, I think they re-signed Aaron Baines, and also and you get Kemba Walker, who's basically Kyrie, but just a step down in terms of his skill set. I'm not a big fan of that.
My thing is, I believe Danny Ainge is probably banking on the emergence of a Jason Tatum, emergence of a Jaylen Brown, and those other guys being better. Also, you had somebody like a Marcus Smart who was not very healthy this year as well. So health has to play a role, but they need that core young, those young possible superstars to come in and, perform the same way they did through the 2018 playoffs.
Right.
Now, can they sustain that over an 82-game season? That's yet to be seen.
We don't know.
But they're betting on that because for the most part, they're a young team. So for right now, we were looking at the Boston Celtics like they're trying to win right now. Maybe it's a 3-year project.
Maybe.
So I'll look at it from that perspective and say, all right, we'll see. But
well, I know that definitely going into next season, all eyes, and I told you this, before the show, all eyes are on 2 people, Ainge and Brad Stevens.
Yes.
You got to show us that you guys can make this work. Because like I said, for me, the Kemba move, it's not even a lateral movement. It's a step downward from the point guard position. You let so many people walk for nothing. You got to remember, last season, people were talking about, like, we know Kyrie's leaving. Why don't you guys just trade him so that he doesn't walk for nothing? They didn't make it happen. So he's gone. Horford's gone. Rozier's gone, and the only move that you make is Kemba. It's the pressure's on when it comes to Danny Ainge, because now people are looking at him. A lot of the talks were also that majority of he's never really shown us that he can make moves in free agency.
Yes,
you got to remember all the big time moves that he made were trades, not free agents that decided, hey, I want to come and play in Boston. Kemba's the first one, so now we have to see it happen. You understand? We got to see him make it work. They're definitely gonna make the playoffs this year.
Yeah. Oh, without question.
In terms of seeding, they're gonna be a lower seed. I think maybe like, I don't want to say 8th. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Maybe like 6th or 7th.
6th, 7th.
6th or 7th.
I'd say between the 5 and 7th range.
Right.
Because initially, looking at when Kemba signed, I said, all right, this is gonna be interesting. If Kemba signs, then we'll see Boston be able to go and increase. But then I saw with the Al Horford leaving, so I had to take things into consideration. But then I saw Brooklyn with the signing of KD and also Kyrie. I'm like, oh, wow. And then they also have D'Lo there. And then ultimately, we see a move of D'Lo
to a very
going
interesting
back
team.
to the state of California.
Yes, sir. But not to the team that he came from.
Yes, to a team where there's no punks.
Not at all.
They're Warriors.
Yes, sir. The Golden State Warriors, man, they make the move to sign D'Lo. I think that was one of the because he's not a big name, it's not something that we talked about heavily, but nobody saw that coming. Absolutely nobody.
I was caught off guard.
Right.
Completely caught off guard.
I'm not going to lie. When the Golden State Warriors made the move to sign D'Lo, initially my first thought was, because at the time they had signed D'Lo, Klay Thompson still wasn't signed. So I'm like, is Klay not coming back? And then like I was talking to a couple people, I was like, no, you're crazy. I'm like, no, I don't think Klay is coming back, because why would you sign D'Lo if Klay's coming back? Because how would that work? Is Steph going to play the 1, D'Lo going to play the 2, and is Klay going to play the 3? And then when I pitched that to you, you said, and around the time I pitched that to you, they ended up signing him. I was like, okay, I guess that's what's going to happen. And, offensively, that's not a problem. Defensively, you're playing small ball now.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit concerned, because are you going to have Klay guarding the 3 small forwards like a Kawhi Leonard, like a Giannis Antetokounmpo, like a Braun? The list goes on and on and on.
That is going to have to be what has to be done, because we've seen Klay and Draymond basically take the premier scorers on the opposing team. However, now, and I was talking to the Unchiseled Adonis about this, where Steph this year, he's going to get exposed defensively, because we always see Steph go and take somebody who's not necessarily a liability offensively, but they're not a premier scorer. We don't see a Steph Curry guarding a Kyrie Irving throughout the entire game. That's not the case. So this year, with Klay most likely being out for the first half of the season, and now you have a D'Angelo Russell on the court, your best defender for the Golden State Warriors is still going to be Draymond Green, and he cannot go out there and guard. If you're playing against a team like, let's say, hypothetically, you played against the Brooklyn Nets and you had KD on the floor along with Kyrie. Had it just been Kyrie, you'd probably have Draymond Green go out there and probably go guard him. Because if he's able to come to the paint, Draymond Green's going to go and get him. But what we're going to see now is, if you have 2 big superstars, Draymond's going to take the big man, obviously. And who's going to guard who? Let's just put the Lakers right now on paper against the Golden State Warriors. Who's guarding Bron?
There you go. You understand?
Nobody, because the man with dangerous hands, he's headed somewhere else. Because he went on the Breakfast Club, he had something to say, and all of a sudden they said, "Hey, what you doing?" You talked a little bit too much about the organization. How would you like to take a trip?
I'm crying. And they sent him to Memphis. I mean, at the same time, though, even though Iggy was important defensively, he was on the decline. He's an
without question,
older player. Because he's longer and much more physical, you definitely can't ignore his presence when he's on the court. But losing him You understand what I'm saying? Losing to KD. A lot of people don't know this. When Kevin Durant wants to, he can play some really, really good defense.
Oh, without question. Are you
understand?
kidding me?
And even if he doesn't want to, he's so long.
Yes.
You put him in front of anybody, it's a problem.
It's ridiculous. He could be on the bench. He's still playing
He's
defense.
still swatting people from the other side of the court. So now you lose him, right? You lose at Iguodala. So now you got, like I said, you got Steph at the 1. You got D'Lo at the 2. I completely ignored the fact. I personally completely ignored the fact that Clay's going to be out with the ACL. So who's going to be coming? Who's going to be running the 3 then?
For the 3 for them,
who's coming off the bench? It's shoot. Is it? I think it's Alfonso McKinney.
Oh yes, he still is on the team.
Yeah. So
I believe he might
him.
be playing at the. Yeah, most likely he'll be forced to start. This is going to be one of those seasons where you're going to have to look at Steve Kerr and say, all right, we got to see if this man can really truly coach. Because although you've seen him make sensational moves for the 2015 finals where he was game 4, you see him shift and then put Iguodala on LeBron. You've seen very good moves, but you've had players that has been able to usurp your coaching style.
Right.
Where you've got Hall of Famers on the floor. So it really don't matter what you do.
Right.
The Hall of Fame is going to get the credit.
What they do.
So this season, Steve Kerr got to prove his worth because we've seen countless times throughout the entire season. Well, Steve Kerr been to the finals all 5 years of his first times coaching. So is he, where does he rank among the greatest coaches of all time? Yeah. Well, we fixing to find out.
Most definitely.
Because if he can't get it done.
And also, I think because no more KD, because no more Clay, I'm predicting an MVP-esque season from Stephen Curry. He's gonna have to step up. You understand what I'm saying? So you definitely, the eyes are gonna definitely be on Steve Kerr, like you said, to really showcase just how good of a coach he is. We know he could coach his ass off. You don't get to fight. I don't care how much talent you have. Yes. To a certain degree, coaching plays a huge role in that. But then also you got to look at the Steph Curry. Like I'm thinking this man's finna average at least like 38 and like 38 assists and like 5 rebounds, somewhere in that range.
I believe he'll have one of those streaks that Kobe had, and I believe it was 2006, where he had like 50.
Like 50. I know what you're talking about.
I think that's going to be the case because he's going to have to go and perform. But we will be getting to where we believe, who will be the top 5 players in the NBA. But before we get there, there's a team that
there we go.
There's a team that they didn't really lose anything.
You know what? Let's talk about them. They
didn't really gain anything.
Well, no, they gained something. Don't be disrespectful.
Was there hope? Because last I remember, this team, the best analogy I could give you is, you remember that cold day on the eastern side of the United States, pardon me, eastern side of the globe, where there was President Truman decided, we're going to drop some cargo.
What's wrong?
And
what the
something fell down.
Yo,
there was a lot of destruction. There was a lot of void. People were in misery.
Why?
And
why is this?
That is the New York Knicks.
Why is this?
That is the New York Knicks. They are Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Man,
the New York Knicks got nothing going on. Absolute garbage. Because you see, everybody said, well, you got spots for 2 max slots. Who doesn't want to come to New York? Who doesn't want to be on 33rd Street, 34th Street in front of Penn Station? We in the Madison Square Garden. All right, the mecca of basketball. And guess what's going down? No basketball.
Let me tell you, they made some moves, though.
Let me tell you something. In New York, you got the Brooklyn Nets.
And then, here we go.
The New York Liberty, the WNBA,
and then
has taken a step in front.
For the Knicks?
Then,
goodness gracious,
we got the Islanders. I'm not even sure if they're still in the state of New York. It might just be in New Jersey. Then,
here we go. Here they come.
The Harlem Globetrotters. We got somebody in Uptown. They in Manhattan.
Here we go.
They in Manhattan. Then,
here we go.
The Lincoln Rail Splitters. We going to high school.
You went to high school.
We going to high school. We going to high school.
The disrespect.
Then, the Rucker Park, because we can have anybody who want to go and play pickup basketball. Rucker may be in front of Lincoln High School. It don't matter. You go to any single park, no matter what sort of, you go to West 4th, you go to Coney Island. It don't matter where you go. Everybody better than the goddamn New York Knicks. They are some garbage. Put them in a Glad commercial. They trash.
They made some moves, though.
They made no. Oh, we drafted Andre Barrett.
They got Barrett.
We got somebody from the
Julius Randles.
Who? Julius who?
Randle.
Julius
Randle.
Discount
Zion with no hops.
Zion. Okay, all right.
Great value Zion.
Yeah, you got
Reggie Bullock.
You got the Duane Blair version of Zion.
They got Bobby Portis.
Bobby
Portis. I heard he fight. I don't know if he played ball.
They should have got Bobby Johnson. Because I'm telling you right now.
And then who else did they fucking shit? Here we go. Wayne Ellington.
They got Golden Arm. They got Golden Arm. And guess what? Oh, Golden on for 3.
Hey,
the shot is good. But Knicks lose by 45. We'll see it tomorrow.
We're not even talking about this one.
Trash.
We didn't even talk about
Garbage.
this one. Guess who else they got? Taj Gibson. Stop playing with him. Taj Gibson, baby.
The man can't grow hair. You think he about to grow a jump shot? Man's garbage. Garbage.
Let me tell you something.
New York Knicks, garbage.
Garbage. It's sad at this point.
Dolan need to be shot, killed by firing squad.
I didn't make those threats. Marv Glover Productions is not related.
If you're a New York Knicks fan, now's not the time to be alive. All right?
It's bad. It's not
a good time.
It's really, really bad.
This is what you call waterboarding legally. That's what's happening.
This is sad for New York Knicks fans all across, man. It's you trade Kristaps Porzingis. You create 2 max slots. The talk of the town all year long is we're getting KD, we're getting Kyrie, we're getting KD, we're getting Kyrie. You get neither. And not only do you not get neither, you got nothing. Just signed a bunch of role players. And now it's back to trust the process, as the Sixers were. Yeah, rebuilding, all this other stuff. You want to know, the sad part is, and I said this, I went on record to say this. When I saw Kevin Durant got hurt, I said the Knicks better still offer him the max. I don't care if this man was paralyzed from the legs down, leg hanging off the bone. You give Kevin Durant the max. Why? Because if you sign Kevin Durant, even if he's half the player he used to be, wait. Even if he's half the player leg hanging off the bone.
I don't know about all that.
Leg hanging off. I don't care if he can't walk no more. Wheelchairing to play basketball. It don't matter. You sign him because. Even if he's half the player, no pun intended on the wheelchair, even if he's half the player he used to be, his name on the depth chart alone would give Knicks fans a scintilla of the hope and the promise that James Dolan has been trying to sell them for decades now. It's an atrocity. It's depressing. It's sad. I'm not a New York Knicks fan. I thought about it, but then when I saw this happen, I said, I can't do it. I would never do it to myself. It's an embarrassment to New York basketball everywhere. And the fact that they didn't offer him the max, it's disgraceful. I don't know what's going to happen this year.
Because they are the best in basketball at being the worst in basketball.
There you go.
That's just what it is.
That's what it comes down to.
I wouldn't offer a man who is handicapped.
Leg hanging off the bone.
Only thing New York got is handicap passes. That's it.
You give that man the max.
If his leg was hanging off the bone, only thing New York about to attract is not fans, is people who enjoy necrophilia.
This guy is
and
different.
Also, eating other people, cannibalism, Jeffrey Dahmer challenge. All I know is basically New York did not get one of the top 5 players in the league. And let me tell you something. When we talk about the NBA season upcoming, this 2019, 2020, all right, entering the third decade of this side of the millennium.
Yes, sir.
When we talk about the top 5 players in the NBA, we saw a video from ESPN where these buffoons had LeBron James.
The disrespect.
Number 4?
Number 6.
Number 3?
Number 6.
This man was number 6
on the list by default, by the way, because he didn't. It wasn't until what's the dude's name? Some dude on the set got up and was like, "Where's Braun?" He's like, "All right, fuck it, I'll put him number 6." So it's not like he was there. Just the disrespect.
So let's tell you what our top 5 is. I'll start. Here's my top 5 players.
You want to go 5 and 5, or you want to do your list?
Yeah, I guess we'll go 5, 4, 4.
Go ahead.
So at number 5 for me,
yes, sir,
I've got James Harden.
Okay.
I've got James Harden.
Why is that?
Because James Harden still, although he did not win the MVP, 3 of the past 4 years, he could have won the MVP, and nobody would have really had a problem.
Right.
Playoff struggles? Absolutely. But it's a regular season award. The man averages 36 points. More importantly, you had all these rumors talking about, well, CP3 wanted out. He wanted to get a trade. And they diffused all of that noise and said, wait, that's not the case. So he's going to want to have to come out. He's going to be extremely motivated as well because you just had back-to-back years in which the Warriors took you out. More importantly, 4 out of the last 5 years, the Warriors took you out of the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
So something has got to give.
Right.
So I believe the Rockets will come in heavy this year, and James Harden will be the focal point behind that. He's my 5th best player in the NBA for this next upcoming season.
And I'm right there with you. At number 5, I got James Harden too, man, for the exact points that you so thoroughly elocuted. Here's the deal, man. James Harden is a walking bucket. No, he's beyond that. The man is a basketball god. You put the ball in his hands, he'll do phenomenal things. He's a magician. He can do any and everything on the offensive side of the court. Defensively, he's had some question marks, but he's shown some flashes here and there that he can, when he wants to, play defense. But the fact of the matter is, the man is easily one of the best players in the league, and he's my number 5 player. I think that the only knock on James Harden and the fact that I wouldn't put him higher up is because, as you said, he's never really shown up when the Rockets have needed him to the most. But you got to look at the fact that he plays on a team in a backcourt where his running mate Chris Paul also needs the ball in his hands the same way he does. And then on top of that, to make matters even worse, he plays for a coach in a Mike D'Antoni where the offense strictly runs through James Harden. Like he runs this man to the ground. So I think that going into next season, the pressure's on.
Yes.
The Golden State Warriors, the one team that they have not been able to get past, are not who they used to be. You have a coach in Mike D'Antoni who was looking to get an extension this offseason. The owner, Tillman Fertitta, said,
nope,
no, we're not. I'm dropping that. We're not doing it. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that he offered him like an incentive-based contract where every round that he gets past, he gets an extra $1 million, whatever the case may be. The pressure's on D'Antoni. The Warriors aren't there anymore. If there was ever a year for James Harden to shut the naysayers up, it's this year. And if they don't get it done this year, God so help me.
All I know is when they're in practice, they better be listening to some East High music because it's now or never. High school musical. Now we moving. We
gotta talk about these puns.
To number 4. All right. Now we go to number 4. I'm gonna have a very unconventional choice for this low on the list because only one thing has to be said for this individual.
Okay. Oh no.
Because I got Kawhi at number 4 in the league, and let me tell you why. It's not that I believe he's going to take a step back, but having Paul George on the floor with him, you have somebody who also is ball dominant.
Okay.
Well, I shouldn't say dominant, but it's necessary the man has a ball in his hand. He can be an off-ball player, but his best work we've seen this year, which I believe was the best year of his career.
Yes, sir.
He had the ball in his hands. Russell Westbrook also had the ball as well, but Paul George was getting his. So I think Kawhi, numbers-wise, will take a little bit of a step back, but the dependency is not there on him. So we're saying, oh, Kawhi needs to carry the team. No, because Paul George could take him as well. Paul George was also an MVP candidate as well. So I believe Kawhi will, he's still going to put up numbers. He's still going to show up, but it's not going to hit the same way it did this past year. That's why I got him at number 4.
I'm going to have to disagree with you there. I think it's a little disrespectful, but we're going to get into that a little bit later.
All right. Who got
my number 4 pick is Steph Curry, man.
Oh my.
For some of the same reasons that I elocuted with James Harden. Here's the deal with Steph Curry. Another guy, just a magician with the basketball, a walking bucket. You can't deny his ability, his talent, his greatness. You're talking about easily the greatest shooter of all time.
Without question.
The greatest shooter off the dribble of all time. He's played phenomenal throughout his career. The man's a league MVP. A 3-time NBA champion. There's no question you can't question Steph Curry's greatness. However, the only reason I have him at number 4 is the top 3, the 3 players I have ahead of him have something that he doesn't, which is they're two-way players, right? Stephen Curry, not to say that, once again, the same boat as James Harden, not to say that he can't play defense. He just picks and chooses when he wants to, but when he does decide to do so, he shows you flashes that, okay, no, he can make it happen here and there. But offensively, his greatness is just undeniable. The minute his foot touches the half-court line, you got to D up. That's how dangerous this man is. He's a sharpshooter, a sniper, one of the best players ever, the greatest shooter ever. I got him at number 4.
That's interesting, because I got him at number 3, and and I agree for the same reasons. Now, and it's funny you said that where you said when his foot passes half court, you got to guard up. I believe you got to guard up before he passed the 3-point line from before.
Wow.
You pass the half court. Why? Because they did a statistic where they looked at the analytics and the percentages of his shots from 3 from beyond half court. Evidently, he's still shooting at 35+%. So you better start guarding this man from where? The parking lot.
He's a beast, bro.
Get around his mom. Start guarding him from the womb.
He's too good. He's too good.
Because Del Curry was in the league while this man was inside of his mother's womb. They should have started guarding him out there.
But my question too is, why would you put him above Kawhi? I think that's a little.
I'll tell you why. I'll put him ahead of Kawhi for this reason only.
Okay.
This season, we know that Steph Curry is going to be undermanned.
Okay.
He's going to have to go out there and have virtuoso performances left and right.
Okay.
It'll be very similar to the 2016 season. I think his attempts from the field are going to increase. And the more Steph Curry shoots threes, the more the propensity of the ball to go in.
Gotcha.
Now, if the man consistently goes out there and he gets you 5 to 6 threes a game, and you already know he's going to go to the he's going to go to the paint, he's going to get to the line.
Yes, sir.
He's pretty much perfect from the free throw line.
Yep.
He's probably going to average about, I'd say, 32 points per game at the least this upcoming season. I believe his offensive production will usurp his lack of defense.
Okay.
Similar to what we saw in 2016 that led to him being the unanimous MVP. And for that reason only, that is why I'll put him at number 3 over Kawhi. That is the only reason why.
I give you that.
That is the only reason why, because I know he's going to have to go above and beyond, and Kawhi does not have to go above and beyond.
Okay.
Kawhi can just play his game and coast.
Right. Fair enough.
And he'll still be able to get buckets left and right. Steph Curry, he has to elevate in order for the Warriors to actually go out there and look good.
I give you that one.
That's why I got him at number 3. Who do you have as number 3?
Okay.
Steph Curry's my number 3.
My number 3. Giannis. I tend to coop. Hakuna Matata. I don't even. Do you know how to spell his last name?
Absolutely not. It's a lot of consonants. It's a lot of vowels. I don't got that kind of money.
They got to put his name on Wheel of Fortune. We'll talk about it
without
after.
question.
Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Here's the deal, man. Everybody and their grandmother knows this man is a jump shot away from easily on my list, going from number 3 to number 1. I mean,
agree.
Every year he's played in this league, he's gotten better. Last year, I mean, the man, he was a man amongst boys. He was unstoppable until they got to the postseason, and the fact that he couldn't shoot perimeter shots, the fact that he couldn't shoot jump shots from a lot of places on the court was exposed. But the fact of the matter is this. I'm looking at it going into next season because of the progression that he's shown you year in and year out. I'm not saying he's going to come into next season and also be a walking bucket where, he's going to be able to pull up from this spot and that spot or whatever the case may be. But I think that you are going to start to see him come into himself as a shooter or incorporate that into his arsenal. So because of that, I have him at number 3. And it goes without saying, man, the man he's built like KD. He's dominant. He's aggressive. He does it on both ends. Defensively, he's a monster. Offensively, he's a monster. If he can develop a jump shot, which I believe that he will do going into next season, he's easily going to become the best player in the league. It's unquestionable. All right, so that's my number 3 pick.
I agree, and for those exact reasons, I'll put him at number 2 on my list.
This is mad funny.
And let me tell you something.
Okay.
I'm happy you said that about him shooting.
Yes.
Because I think he's going to go out there and he already knows he could get to the paint. Nobody can stop this man from going to the paint.
Yes.
So he's fixing to take more jump shots than he ever did in his life. So, and more importantly, given, as you said, the progression of his game, I see the jump shot. I see him probably messing around and looking like Bron in 2012.
Okay.
Where he's going out there and he's shooting.
Interesting.
He's shooting left and right. He's got his back to the basket, turn around, fall away jumpers. I see him doing some pulling up, possibly not from 3, but from the perimeter. He'll have some times in which he pulls up from the perimeter and putting it in there. But I see this man going out. He's increasing his numbers. How much he averaged this year? 27, 28?
Somewhere in that range.
So I think he'll probably go up to a 29, possibly even a 30, and jump shots will become prominent in his game. Okay. For that reason, I got him at number 2, and also I believe the Bucks will still be able to contend in the East. I don't think they'll be number 1 seed. That still is going to be resided by the Philadelphia 76ers.
I give him number 2.
It's a probability they'll be at number 2 at the least. I believe there'll be 1 or 2, or maybe they can contend for 1 as well. If he keeps them there, he's number 2, could possibly be number 1. That's why I got Giannis.
Antetokounmpo at number 2. Well, now my number 2, I was a little apprehensive about doing this because I'm a fan of this man. His greatness is undeniable, but I got Bron at number 2, man.
Oh my!
I got LeBron at number 2. Here's the deal. Wait, whoa. Here's the deal. LeBron James's greatness is undeniable. I'm not gonna be disrespectful like homie from ESPN today and keep him off this list. LeBron James, I'm not upset if you put him at number 1. I'm not upset if you put him at number 3. But for me, I'm putting him at number 2, just for the simple fact that he's coming off a season where I believe he was having 27, 8-8, or was it 28, 7?
27, 8-8.
27, 8-8. We saw he had one of the more serious injuries of his career in the groin injury. We all know that if that doesn't happen, the Lakers do make it to the playoffs. And I'm probably having a different conversation right now. But the fact of the matter is, man, Father Time is undefeated. I believe he's going into his 17th season this year.
Indeed.
I honestly and truly believe, you have people that also talk about, his age and stuff like that, and he hears those things, and he's going to come into this season and have put up monstrous numbers, as he always does. But at the same time, I got to see it first, man. I really do. He's shown it, but he's getting older. You have to acknowledge that. And also, he has a new group of players around him. You got to see, I have to see, how that system meshes with. I mean, LeBron could play anywhere. We know that for a fact. But for me, my main point is, like I said, the age thing. He's getting older. His game, his greatness is undeniable. But I can't put him at number one until once the season starts and I see him on the court and he's doing Bron-esque things as he always does. I'll easily throw him at number one. For me, he's not even really a 2. He's more of like a 1B. Okay. But I put him at number 2. So
for me, number 1.
I already know. Go ahead.
Coming out of retirement, Dwayne Wade. So
this guy is different.
No, it's another man on the Banana Bro crew. Carmelo Anthony. No, it's not. It's not him. It's not him.
I don't think he's playing.
It's not him. I don't think so either. Well, he'll be out somewhere in China balling.
Oh, the Big 3 league.
Melo. Oh yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Cubes. They will be ice. But number 1 is gonna have to be Bronny James' father, because LeBron James, he's going to be number 1. I'm not really a big fan of LeBron James, but I know this upcoming season, this man is going to be highly motivated, walking into stadiums left and right, knowing that the window is now open.
Yes, sir.
For him to go and grab himself a championship. The Golden State Warriors are wounded. Everybody in the West, it's this huge shuffle. Balance is restored in the NBA. Lord Thanos once said all things must be balanced. LeBron is here to shake it in his favor. I believe that will be the case. He'll go out there. He'll get him to 27 points. He'll get him some 8 rebounds. Probably going to go down to 7. He's going to increase his assist total. I believe this year he'll mess around and average 10 assists.
He could do that.
He could do it. His high point total, well, I should say his high total in assists, I think that will be, the end result. You got somebody like an AD. You got somebody like a Boogie. You got Rondo.
Danny Green
as well. And a Kyle Kuzma, who is also emerging as well.
Yep.
So I think LeBron going to go out there. He's going to perform, man. He's coming in very motivated. He's been shunned of several different MVPs throughout the years.
Yes, he has.
I think he's the clear favorite to win the MVP this year, given the circumstance that is before him. I expect LeBron James to be the best player in the NBA this upcoming season. And I don't even think it's going to be close.
Well, you know what? Like I said before, me putting him at number 2, I'm not upset at anybody that puts him at number 1. Like I said, he's not even 2 for me. He's really like a 1B. But number 1. My number 1 is your number 4.
Oh, my.
Is that how you do?
Is that Spice Adams? The cream bigger. Well, who knew? I don't know what that was.
That was Kawhi.
I don't know what that was.
What did you, baby?
You sound like a lady who had icy hot while being penetrated anally.
See, that's just too much.
Is it? No.
Kawhi Leonard, man.
That's some bad cordial appointments inside of a retirement home. What's going on?
Kawhi Leonard is my number 1 player going into next season. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something about Kawhi Leonard. 2-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP. This man put the team, the Toronto Raptors, on his back, right? And delivered them the first championship ever and said, "Deuces, I'm out of here. Peace, male," and went to the Los Angeles Clippers. Now he's going to be playing with a squad. Granted, I give you the point that you said about Paul George, where he's also kind of guy that where he needs the ball in his hands, this, that, and the third. But the fact of the matter is this, man. You're talking about a guy, like, in terms of dominance, he's right up there with Giannis, does it on both, and dominant on both ends of the floor. He can shoot. He could take it to the paint. He defends from the perimeter. He can defend in the paint. You can move him around. You can slide him from anywhere from the 1 all the way down to the 4 on both ends of the floor. You're talking about easily one of the most versatile players in the NBA today, and he's a walking bucket. I mean, easily could average 28. I don't know what his averages were for this past season.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
It's probably like 28. He's quite.
All I know is he averaged a new ring. That's all.
There you go. Got a new ring and another Finals MVP, and he's getting ready to try and do it again in Los Angeles, and he just might as well do that because Kawhi Leonard going into next season will be my number 1 player. I think that all eyes are on him. I think obviously because he's the guy. He just delivered the championship in Toronto. He's the guy to beat. He's on the team to beat, and he's got a squad. He's got a Hall of Fame coach in Doc Rivers. He's got a beautiful front office in a Steve Ballmer and a Jerry West. He's in a pristine position to go out and have a career year, even with Paul George, a man who needs the ball in his hand on the team. Kawhi Leonard, for me, is the number one player going into next season.
I agree. I see where you're coming from. I agree with your points. I think for me, when I say LeBron James, being above and beyond as the favorite to win the MVP, or even being the best player for next appearance season, maybe it shouldn't say above and beyond.
Okay.
Because I believe between 1 and 5, it's going to be very small. Sort of gap between all of them. I think they'll all go out there and perform. We all had the same names on our top 5. So, yeah, I expect them to go out there and perform this upcoming year. But it's funny that you have Kawhi at number 1 because, this man leaves from Toronto.
Yes, he does.
Comes back to the United States to go to Los Angeles in the summertime. So there must be some quest. Although the man I don't know if he's married or not.
I think he got a girl.
Oh, he probably got a girl. But he may be in search of some deuce boy. Or
translate for the people at home what that means, because they don't know. For all my non-Haitians.
Some
sweet. Some shoko la la. Some shoko la la.
Labia action going on for the cunnilingus poppies in here.
Hey,
so you've got to understand.
As yourself.
I don't know about all that, but we ain't talking about that
I'm a virgin.
Now. So
I'm abstinent. I've never seen.
Says the man who has a mustache. What I'm saying is Kawhi Leonard went to Los Angeles because the desirable ladies are there.
Yes, they are.
All right? Now, I would go to Los Angeles and go chase women, but I don't chase women.
Yeah, okay.
Women chase me.
Well, that's it's funny you bring that up
because I wake up at night and I have dreams in which they chase me, but they don't.
Okay.
All right,
that's a little
all right.
hurtful.
They don't.
That's
sad. See, I'm just out here. I'm living life, man. I'm living life.
It's funny you bring all of this up because off the air, we talk a lot about a plethora of different things. One of the things we talk about is our own personal dating experiences.
Yes.
And after the last episode, we got some requests for us to talk about. I mean, we didn't even need a request. It's in the slogan, 50% sports, 50% real shit. We didn't get into the real shit last episode, so we're going to get into some real shit this episode. We got to talk about it, man. Dating.
Yes.
You yourself, 26-year-old, 25-year-old dude on the scene. Me, 21-year-old Haitian, Casanova, ladies on the scene. You feel me? We'll talk about that after. We got to talk about it, man. The people at home want to know, and even if they don't know, we got to tell them, to give them a little insight into ourselves about what goes on with us and our views and things like that when it comes to dating. We're going to start off small. So for you personally, brother, do you have a type when it comes to the kind of women that you pursue? And if you don't have a type, do you have specific physical preferences?
Physical preference. See, here's the thing, all right? I'm not one who I need to see that body in order to know if I want to pursue. But if you out here looking like,
don't do it. Don't get disrespectful. You took a pause because you knew you was about to say something disrespectful.
Ice cream cone.
Oh my goodness.
And your body just falling apart, melting.
Goodness gracious.
Bag of no bones.
Look
like a chewed piece of gum. I can't
get with it.
Conversate with you. If you out here looking like a blimp, you looking like a pen. It's not.
What's wrong with slim girls, son? What's wrong with slim girls? What's wrong with slim girls?
Anorexic disorder.
Goodness gracious.
So I'm saying.
So
you
what?
gotta have some meats.
Okay, so that's one of your preferences. You gotta have a little viande,
but a little bit. But I ain't looking for no fupas. I'm just saying.
Fupa's lit. I fuck with. Well, I'll let you speak. Sorry, I'll let you speak. Go ahead.
But I don't have no physical, sort of huge. I'm not one of those brothers who out here. I need the big butts. Nah, I'm more of a titty man.
Okay,
but I don't need no gargantuan, titties myself.
Okay.
For me, my number one preference also, you just gotta be. I'm a fan of goofiness, man.
Okay.
I'm a fan of goofiness.
Well, we're gonna get into personality. I just want to stick to physical for right now.
Yeah, but physical, just decent face.
Okay.
All right body.
Okay.
That's it, man.
That's all you need?
That's it. That's all I need.
Is it my turn?
As long as you ain't no chewed piece of gum.
A bag of water.
Or a bag of water.
A bag of water.
In a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Or
some peanut butter and a spoon or some shit.
Yeah, and I'm good. That's it for me.
It's my turn.
Oh yeah. This gonna be intriguing.
Because you already know what I'm on.
Oh, yeah.
You understand? Ladies, let me tell you something. I don't have a type, but I do have preferences. Now, look.
You do. Cancel your gym membership.
I have preferences, just like, what's the joke?
No, I just got to tell the ladies right now. If you're interested in Bob Glover, stop going to the gym.
No, hey, let me, because you trying to make it sound this now. Let me tell you something.
Feel a chick with Chick-fil-A.
Let me just, ladies, I got some preferences. I'm a meat. kind of guy, but I'm not like him. You understand what I'm saying? It don't gotta be shapely. I just like to. I don't know, son. I like Vyun. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you've seen some of the women that I've pursued. I've sent you some pictures.
Yes.
I've had some bigger bodied women, and I'm a small dude. I'm 5'5", 5'6", 160, small guy. But for whatever reason, I think it's the Haitian in me. I just like bigger women.
No, because you just enjoy the pain that you get on your pelvis. You're a fan of erotic asphyxiation because these ladies, you got to understand.
These words are not coming from my mouth.
These are rather large, women. We talk about BBWs. He's dealing with some BBWs, some badly built women. I don't know what's going on.
I've dated some baddies. I've dated some big, beautiful baddies. What you mean?
There's been some, but I've seen some of the L's. No, every man, man in life, they have some L's.
Yeah.
Some people's L's.
I'm proud of all my.
Are worse than
exes.
others. All I know is, based on the body shapes that I have seen, this man has been going to Canarsie on the train for quite some time.
Let me tell you something. He's
on the L train.
I'm weird, man. I don't listen. You don't gotta have a beautifully shaped. I fucks with some cellulite, man. I fucks with some stretch marks, man. That gut, if your shit is sitting on your belt, on your waist, holla at me. You understand? A fupa? I don't know if you ever palmed it. Just grab. It's a beautiful feeling.
I don't know.
I'll fuck with some meat.
If you gotta put in extra effort to take a shower, I don't think.
Why are you being disrespectful?
No. I'm just saying. Hey, if you fly in first class, not for pleasure but by circumstance, you might as well hit up Mark Glover. I'm just saying.
I love meat. You understand? Let me tell you something. If you big, I don't care if you tall, whatever the case may be. If you 200 pounds. Not no SSBBW, but if you got some meat on you, if you got shit hanging, if you got some cellulite, some shit, I'll fucks with you.
If you 4'8",
even if you small,
222 pounds, all right?
I'll fucks with you.
Built like a medicine ball. Hit up Marv Glove.
Now you're making it sound like I'm fucking creatures.
Hey, listen.
But at the same time, though, I still mess with, like I said, it's a preference. So it's not. It doesn't have to be like that.
Absolutely.
But for me, like I don't know, I've always been that way in a sense where it's like when you. Majority of the women I date, they are bigger.
Yes.
But at the same time, I've never really had a type. Like I need a light skin this or a dark skin that, or I need a thick this or thick that. If you look good, you look good. I've seen slim women that I've been attracted to just as much as some BBWs. That's just how it's always been for me. I don't know. I've never been the kind of guy where it's like having a type is weird for me because I don't know. I think the only thing that I could probably come into is like I can't see myself like I've never really pursued a white girl.
Yes.
I've only like really messed with black women. I don't know if it's been the same case for you.
Yeah, majority black women. I've had one white woman in my life.
How was that?
It was interesting. It was very interesting.
Okay.
Because while we were going through it, I'm like, wow, so how's your chicken? And we just went about, going. But for the most part, it was a cool experience. It was all right.
Nationality-wise, do you have any preferences as well?
I would say preferably Haitian because I like to speak in Kringlish.
Now, explain for those people at home that don't know I know what Kringlish is.
Yes. So basically, I speak. I'll speak eloquent English as I always do because anybody who knows I am the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious. I stopped talking about it. All right, shut up now. Don't mess up my stuff. So yeah, I'm well versed in the dictionary. However, whenever I like to make jokes, I will always close it out saying the word in Creole. For example, this here, skinny as a plim. I could have said pen. I said plim. All right. I just like somebody who gets the inside joke and more along the lines of the relatability. All right. Because if you're dealing with somebody who also probably went through the same stuff that you went through, it's so much easier.
So much inside jokes.
Yeah, exactly. Even if they're not Haitian, somebody who's Caribbean.
Right.
I think they get it.
Right.
But for the most part, black women, I love my black women. I'm a fan. Although I may not, want to engage in as much conversations with people of the other state. It's a whole separate sort of, it's a whole different conversation. But I would prefer
black woman,
preferably Caribbean. Because
I love my Haitian woman, man. I for the same reason you. First of all, culture is really, really big to me. Like in terms of. I've dated a couple. I've dated Trini, some mixed with like Jamaican and some other stuff. But it's always come down to Haitian for me. It's just, first of all, like I always flirt in Creole, like chérie dadu, suili, comment est là, chérie belle like I love shit like that. You understand that's just me. But then also it's like you said, it's just a culture thing. You guys, the way you guys come together, the chemistry kind of just starts to really pick up because y'all had the same upbringings, y'all eat the same shit, y'all come from have the same experiences, things of that nature. I think it's definitely helped, and I've had some of my better experiences have come from me dating Haitian women because of that. But then if you want to get into deep stuff like marriage and all that other shit, I also I think Haitian is the way to go for me, just because it's like I'm not opposed to being a Haitian man and I marry an African woman and then my child takes some of your culture and some of my culture. But I think it makes it easier if I'm Haitian, you're Haitian, and we're both pouring the same value and culture and things like that into it. But just sticking just to dating alone, Haitian.
So what you're saying is when you're going to look for these women, you're looking for the larger Haitian women outside the free thigh.
Yes.
That's what you're looking for.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So when you go and hunt, you say, all right, shady doo-doo.
Shady doo. No, I'm gonna tell you what I do. I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, because we about to get into this right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you.
Because I'm curious of your pursuit of how you go and pick up women. Giving you all 5'5", 160. I'm not sure how you're doing it with larger women. How you pick them up? But hey,
I'm gonna tell you right now what I do. I got a plethora of techniques. I used to be a savage, man. I used to be one of those dudes where I ain't really do much talking. I just showed them that thing. I just showed them the stroganoff.
Oh, is that right?
The lumber log. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The what else?
So you worked in carpentry. That's what.
I'm talking about that. That tree trunk.
Oh wow! So you just whip it out.
That garden hose.
Interesting. All right.
I used to be that guy. I changed. I'm different now.
Well, I want you to know it don't matter if you're different now because Me Too is coming on the way. So if you want to go and you pull out, ladies, if Bob Glover has
it was a joke. It was a joke.
Let me tell you something. If you seen Marv Glover walk into the bedroom and he had that face on his face and he just pulled it out before you was ready to see it, let me tell you something. You go to the authorities. You call 911 right now.
And I always get consent, brother. I always get consent. But in terms of my pursuit, are we talking about in person or are we talking about through social media?
Either way.
Social media, I've always been I've never been a hey, what's up, how you doing kind of guy. I'm the kind of dude where it's I'll follow you. And then I'll just comment on some shit on your story, right? You'll post something, maybe it'll be you at a party, you'll be like, oh, okay. I'll ask a question or some shit, and then from there, I'll engage in conversation, I'll drop my little comments. If you regular black girl, it's I'll do my flirting. If you hate me, shit, that do, que ça fait là? Nous allons je vais manger this, that, and the third, all that stuff. And then from there, that's how I'll make my, approach. Same thing I think in person. I've never really been one of those guys where it's I woke up to shorty, hey, how you doing, miss? I seen you from across the room. I think you no. It's you have to be doing something, or we have to be in college, for example, in college, right? Naturally, if you in the same class as somebody and maybe I just got results back for a test, I'll be like, yo, that shit was bullshit, wasn't it? And then from there, that's how I'll do my thing. I don't know how you pursue women because you were a little different.
Oh yeah.
Explain to the people.
I'm the push pull kind of guy. All right. See, I'll throw a compliment, and then I'll make sure that it's backhand. I'm like, wow, you are a beautiful specimen. You're a pulchritudinous beauty.
What the fuck is pulchritudinous?
For a lady with a mole on her lip, and then all of a sudden it just catch you off guard. You was that a compliment? And in the confusion that you have, a conversation starts, and I am quite.
Does it work?
The conversation. It works for me. But I've had times in which it's a hit and a miss.
Okay.
But I have to naturally just be because I am inappropriate.
Okay.
At all times.
Okay.
I will
to a fault.
No, I would say at all times.
Okay.
Because we could just be having a conversation about anything, and then I'll just say something about your forehead. I'm like, wow.
Wow.
There it is.
And it worked? What the fuck?
Oh, yes. Because I say it with such charm. It's quite intriguing.
I've said this to you before, and you disagree with me, but I think it's because and the people who are watching can see, but don't know. The way you're set up physically, you kind of have that build that women nowadays like the dark skin, the beard. You're taller, you're more athletically built. I can't do that shit because I can't. This isn't gonna sell it. I gotta give you personality first.
My confidence has usurped my bad looks.
But what I'm trying to say is you a solid looking guy.
Well, because I go to the gym. I'm not the chiseled Adonis for no reason. You don't see the tricep, bicep
But you
meats.
can't disagree with me. It's the dark skin. You don't think so? You think it's strictly personality?
Perhaps.
Okay, go ahead.
Give or take.
State your point.
Situation. But You know, that's how I hunt. You know, I go out there, I see somebody, I'm like, okay. Social media, same thing. You know, I'll slide in their DMs if I have to.
Do you still slide in DMs?
Slide. Oh yes, episode 2 should be out for season 3.
Outside of the series.
But yeah, I do from here and there, but nothing really in just a playful manner. Because for me, I look at it like this. With the pursuit, it's not that big of a deal if I get curved, because I look at it like this with women. Whether you're here or whether you're not here, it's a lot like cornbread. I'm good either way. I can have cornbread on my plate or off my plate. I'm good.
Okay, that's an interesting analogy.
And that's me with dating, because I look at it like, hey, if you here, that's great. If not, I'm still, life gonna go on.
Okay.
It's not a huge necessity for me.
Okay, interesting.
Where we stand.
I slide into DMs fairly frequently. I don't know, son. I love women. I just do. I'm not like you. I love, for me, I think I love women. Flirt. Even if a lot of times, even if I don't really want you, I just flirting has always been fun to me. So from time to time, like you, it's not, even if you dub me, I've never really been big on rejection like that to the point where like it could affect me, anything crazy like that. But I don't know. It's just the way I am. But now, given that, you know, we've addressed, you know, the dating topics that we've talked about, when it comes to, because we talked about the sliding into DM stuff, do you feel like social media has affected dating nowadays negatively, or is it helped it?
I would say it's hurt it to the point where you have individuals with that false sense of instant gratification.
Okay.
Where everybody can comment on your photo with a bunch of heart eyes and make you feel as if, oh, wow, I'm beautiful because somebody's just typing this, rather than getting it in a physical sort of manner. So I guess the effort that was once put out is now gone. So because I've never really been big on like the courting process with physical sort of things. I feel as if it has to be something like emotional sort of courting that's there to make somebody feel as if you're appreciated, you're wanted, or things of that nature. But now with social media, if I just post you on my story, I post you on my page, apparently that's something that's suffice. And more importantly, we're trying to go and pursue, because with social media, I could post something and get 1,000 likes and freaking hundreds of comments. Now you'll have people who feel, oh, I'm feeling myself. I got all these people who's coming after me, when that's indeed not the case. So social media for me has actually messed up the game. And people who once had no game now get on social media, just say a bunch of these compliments, and now, oh, I'm with this girl, but you don't really know how to be with that person.
I mean, and I'll say this in closing. Like, I think it's a two-way street. You understand? So I think it's helping and hurting. I think it's helped in the sense where, like, now more than ever, we're able to connect with more people than we are. Like, I could hit up a girl in Cali right now and, you know, be dating her, or a girl in fucking Memphis or London, wherever the case may be, right? So because of the platform that social media has provided, now more than ever, we're able to connect to more people. So we're able to date, I guess, or pursue people at a higher rate. But at the same time, I think it's hurt it to the point where it's like, it's affected our social skills as people, right? Like, nowadays, you don't really see, like, rarely do you see people go about the like, people don't really go on dates like that as much as they used to. People aren't really going to places to meet women, because, like, and even if they do, like, they're more lazy about it, because like, all right, fuck it, if I can't get nobody here, like, in the first 5 minutes of me being here, I can hit up like 8 shorties on Instagram or something like crazy like that. So it's a two-way thing. For me personally, I think it's helped me, because, like, guys like you and me, we have busy ass schedules where we can't be out at the club and, you know, meet women or whatever the case may be. Fuck it, go on Instagram, hit up a girl, and, you know, it doesn't affect me negatively to where I can still go out and meet women, but at the same time, I don't have to now, because Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, and so
I hear that.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, but we have reached the closing time.
The closing time. Is that gonna be the jingle?
Who knows? Maybe.
It just might. But that was episode number 2, man. I think we did all right. I think we did pretty solid. We touched some stuff. We got into a little bit of the real shit.
A little bit of 50% of the real shit, and we're gonna keep it going. How many? 100% of the time. 100%
of the time.
100% of the time.
And I'm looking forward to episode number 3. Appreciate all of y'all tuning in to episode number 2, man. As always, if you listening to this on Apple Music or on Spotify, subscribe, rate us, do whatever you got to do to show love and support. Share with people if you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, like the channel, share it, do it. Show love, man. Comment. We pay attention to all of it. We really do appreciate it. Episode number 3 coming real soon. Looking forward to it. We're going to talk on some interesting shit. Can't say it yet. We're going to talk about a lot of interesting stuff. But as always, I am your host with the most, Marv Glover.
And I am the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious. Oh, I thought you was doing something.
No.
Let's do that again. The diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual. The chiseled Adonis.
And this is the Hold My Nuggets podcast, where we talk 50% sports, 50% real shit, 100% of the time. And if you don't like that, you can hold my nuggets.
Suck my dick.
Thank you. Good night.